Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So the intention for today's reading is let's just expose some stuff that's been kind of hidden to the collective. And so the reasoning I want to do this is I've been kind of tapping into the energy, and maybe about a couple weeks ago, I don't know, I did an Alice in Wonderland reading. And the beginning of it, it was like Half-Baked, the scene from Half-Baked, where the guy quits his job and he's like, F you, you're cool, and F you. And then the gist of the reading was them just being like, I don't care anymore. All these back and forth games, the backstabbing, the two-facedness, collective was just like, I'm off in my own world. I'm gonna go do my own thing. And they had distanced themselves. And there was this big divide. And in this divide, there was like a line of spirit. And spirit was kind of dealing with everything while the collective was in the back, just like eating their metaphoric popcorn and watching what was going on. But I kind of tapped back in, and it's still going on. And so even though it's not really affecting the collective, I think that awareness is powerful. So maybe these, I'm seeing outside forces being jealous or annoyed or deceptive, something, some energy. We'll see what the cards say. And it's still getting like flung at collective. And so it's kind of annoying because it's kind of like a residual energy of something. And so a little bit, you have to transmute it, but what if it just wasn't there? And that's why I want to expose it. Because no, it's not affecting you. It's not affecting your soul's mission. It's not affecting your path. Nothing really can. What's meant to be yours will be yours. But by you just having awareness of whatever is on the outside, almost like dissolves it. It gives it no power. It empowers you. So let's just shuffle the cards and see what really wants to come out. So we're using the archetype cards because I'm sensing a personality clashes or something. We got the Archangel Metatron cards for help to self-master whatever it is that we need to self-master still. And the Quantum Oracle cards, Tarot, for clarification. Are they Oracle or are they Tarot? No, they're Oracle. Same. Okay, I'm hearing 3. 1, 2, and 2 came with this. Okay, so first that came out was Damsel. That's what I'm seeing, like things being thrown at it, and it's like in the upright it says, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. And in the shadow, it is waiting for a night to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. And then the next one that came out was the blank one. And this is kind of like, and it was in the shadow. It's like, it's up to you for interpretation. They give you some blank ones. They've got how many archetypes in this? It does not want to say. There's a lot. And so it can't really embody everything because everyone's unique on their own. But what I find interesting is then we had beggar, and then we had rescuer and beggar in reverse. So there's something to do with collective needing to empower themselves. Yes, you have your guides. Yes, they're doing all this work. But I don't know, something about you're not a damsel in distress. You're not just sitting there waiting for something. And we'll figure out what the shadow of this one is once we pull the other cards, they say. So the rescuer in the upright provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love and with no expectation of reward. And then the beggar in the shadow is dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. So something to do with not not the right effort being put forward. And that's what I'm getting, is someone's really pissed off at all your guides because you're not doing anything. You're sitting on the other side. You're not this damsel. You're in the light attribute. You understand the nature of healthy boundaries and romance. Inspires you to rely on yourself. So someone wanted you to be dependent on them. So this could be in any situation. It could be in a relationship, romantic. It could be in work, like a boss, parents, something like that. But you're supposed to look up to them and you're supposed to be dependent on them. And so they see you not needing their help. And a little bit of me gets that there's someone who's jealous that they just see you sitting there looking pretty. What do you mean you just sit there and look in the mirror all day? You don't, but what you do is you look, this is the mirror. Okay, so this is a mirror, they tell me. You look in the mirror and you do your shadow work. And because you do your shadow work and you heal, you have great boundaries. And so by having good boundaries and building up your energy, that's how your spirit team is so strong. Whereas someone who is very dependent on others and doesn't do the shadow work and only wants to see false illusions in the mirror, well, they're annoyed because they need everyone outside to do things for them. They need to control those people, and you're not controllable. So what needs to be exposed about all this? Okay, so there really is someone pissed off that they think that, I don't know, I'm almost getting like time and authority. Like, okay, so this is the cards we got. We got teacher in reverse. Like someone's like, what do you mean? You're supposed to, maybe you're like a parent. You're supposed to look up to your parent. I know better than you. I've lived longer than you. I have more life lessons than you. Maybe you're at your job. Well, I've worked here longer than you. I know how things are ran better than you. And just so many multiple examples like that. But this was in reverse. And we had deception in reverse. Whereas this looks like a bunch of gossip and stern looks. You saw through this cattiness that whoever it was, this teacher, and you're like, actually, I don't like those life lessons that you've learned. I've learned it my way, because you took a different path. So you've read different books and you've had different traumas in life, and everything that was your trauma built you to go and do these self-reflections. So you can't compare yourself to this person. And this person's annoyed that you're not listening to them. And you saw through the cattiness. It almost was like they wanted to control you. They wanted to tell you, I know everything. If you need something, come to me. But you know just the same. Nope, if not more, I'm hearing. I'm getting mad chills on that confirmation. You know more because you learned how to look within this mirror, this looking glass, and you're not a damsel. Right? Even though you make it look effortless, I just keep hearing someone get so pissed off that you're not working that hard. You just sit there and look pretty, and it's pissing them off. It's almost like you should be stressed. We have the fear, and then we have consciousness of lack. You should be stressed, and you shouldn't know what to do, and you should come to me, and I'll tell you what to do. And then when you come to me, I know a little bit more about you, and now I got your secrets, and they want your secrets. But I don't know, because it just seems like gossip. There's something to do with gossip, and you saw it, and you're like, well, I'm not going to get caught up in that. I've learned that lesson. I've learned about gossip a long, long, long time ago, and how it really doesn't benefit everyone, because this one's deceptive. It's like, let me just tap into this deception. Let me go more. So when I went into consciousness of lack, that's what this deception is they want you to be in this fear, and it had to do something with money. But what I was really drawn to was this book. And then that book brought me to this stack of books here with the teacher. And so you have the wisdom that they don't have yet. And so I'm getting this fear is actually a projection. It's their fear, because they're supposed to be the best. They're supposed to be on top of their game. And what do you mean? You're younger, you're newer, you're something. You're not supposed to be as experienced. But in this consciousness of lack, it has to do something with opening the heart. And now it's bringing me back to this damsel. Whereas this damsel said, understanding the nature of healthy romance. And this one is lack. This one's not healthy. So it's saying, something, okay, now, whereas before it was more teachers, mentors, someone who's supposed to know more than you, finding out that you already know all that. And now I'm hearing you're a know-it-all. That's what everyone's saying. You're a know-it-all. Oh, and then I don't know, just something about talking about you, because you refuse to be in this beggar situation. They want you to be dependent on others to the exclusion of effort. The more that you become dependent on them, the less effort you have to put in. And to a point, it seems beneficial at the beginning. Oh, this is so easy. Oh, okay. But you keep taking yourself and your trust. And now I'm seeing that rescuer as a heart, right? Oh, I've got a lifeline for you. I'll do the work for you. I'll do it. But all it's going to leave you is with a stone cold heart. And within the heart is finances, which brings safety and security. And then inside it, it's kind of like a winter blizzard scene. And so the more and more you keep relying on someone else to keep doing everything for you, it actually sends you into lack. It sends you from doing the shadow work of this card and going within your mirror and finding the reflection and empowering yourself. Because if you empower yourself, well, then they're not really needed in that role. And then you're just equals. And they don't really want you to be equals. They want to be better. They want to tip the scales. Because when they're up here, maybe that's you up there. They're going to lift you up. But let's say that these scales were based on gold. Well, they've got more gold. They've got more merit. Well, I'm more educated. I'm more this. I'm more this. And so when it does come to finances, they'll get more profit. And it's almost like wanting to, hello, Mr. Monster, wanting to benefit by being the know-it-all. So you should know. What do you mean you know? You should look up to me. I'm the one that makes the decisions. And when I have more knowledge on the decisions, no scratchings. You can come up here though. Come here. Oh, Mr. Monster and his claws. Okay. And so when I get to make the decisions for the collective and all, I control where all resources are and how things are going to be. Hello, Mr. Monster. I don't think you've ever really... No one wants to see cat butt. Hello. So, that's what the deception is. It's almost a false showing that someone's coming to help you and rescue you. They're really trying to keep you in this lack mentality though, because it's them that gains all the knowledge and the experience, and it's a deception. They would love for you to sit in this damsel energy. But not only, okay, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, but I used to work with this girl back in the day, and her mom would tell her that you can't be pretty and smart, and so she chose to be pretty. And so I think about this person quite often and being like, why can't you be smart? Like that didn't make sense to me. But getting mad chills. Mr. Monster, do you want to teach anything? Mr. Monster just says he wants love, and that's what that stone cold heart will kind of bring you if you keep giving your power to someone else. Mr. Monster comes in and he takes charge when he wants, and he loves when he wants. I'm happy to see you, Mr. Monster. So let's just get into the Metatron cards and see what self-mastery. I feel like you refuse to be that person to let others do everything for you. You love going within and checking out your shadow side, and you love to learn. And so on that case of you can't be pretty and smart, you chose smart. But guess what? By being smart, man, are you beautiful. So that's what I always say, like, don't just stick to one thing. Like, self-mastery is like learning all areas of life. I have a lot of jobs often, but it's because I like to learn on my interest, but I also want to know what I don't know. And so it's kept me curiouser and curiouser. Okay. So I just want to quickly, I haven't used these cards much. In fact, I think I've only ever used them once. Cat hair. You got your cat hair everywhere, monster. Anyways, the main thing that came out, I saw this one, and then I saw this one, and then I saw this one. And I didn't rate them, but they're all very purpley. We got Metatron's cube. And then the last one that came out was a little bit of color, a little bit of mixture. So let's see what they actually say. First one in reverse is Lilac, the higher realms of magic. So by someone keeping you dependent on them and making it so that you don't step into your self-mastery, you don't ever learn to interpret your energy. And energy, oh man, it's so subtle, it's so sensitive, that once you can kind of like fine tune it and understand it, that's when you can go into these higher realms, right? The crown chakra, that's the lilac energy. And once you can access those, I find that's when you can do like the Akashic records, which interesting enough is going to be in the next reading. I thought I was going to come into this one, but they said no. But once you have that intuition and you build your crown chakra, then you can go to the higher realms. The next one is Mother Earth with grounding and support. So once you have access to understanding how to tap into your spirit guides, remember in that one reading, it's like you had this really protective wall in front of you. And by doing that, you just get to sit back and you're at peace with yourself. And so Mother Earth provides everything for us. So you really don't need to be dependent on others. I'm not saying go out and hermit and isolate yourself and never deal with anyone and go out into the mountains and never see another soul again. Mother Earth will provide all. But I see Mother Earth as a living entity as well. She's one of the spirit guides. And that grounding and support, when you have your crown chakra and you can connect to all these higher realms and you can bring that through you, anchored into your heart and then into the earth, man, you are solid. Like nothing will, it's almost like a tree, right? The branches are out and exposed and like into the elements, taking in the sunlight and then grounding that and rooting it. And then so the next one that we had was go with the flow and paddle on. I can't tell if it was in reverse. We're not going to do reversals, they're saying. Okay, so that's the whole point. That's also kind of bringing me into the tree. Once it anchors into the ground, into the earth, that's when it reaches like the water tables, and there's that soaking up, and that's more of the emotional. So the other one wanted it to be like in lack and beggar type energy, and in that consciousness of lack. When you aren't feeling safe, when you're worried about where your money's going to come from, when you don't feel like you are educated enough to even tap into these sources, that's when it says dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. You don't know what to do. And so I think that it's so important to look within the mirror all the time and face your shadow. Because I remember at the beginning of that reading, I was like, it was that half-baked moment. And I was like, F you. And I was like, I thought that was my energy, so I just sat on it. And then I realized collectively, it was collective. I even had some people reach out and ask questions on it because they were experiencing that same energy. That just was kind of confirmation. And so the beggar in the upright, let's read what that is, right? Because if you are finding yourself that you have given power to someone else, and I'm seeing them want you in the beggar role or the less than role or not as educated role so that you will rely on them. And it's almost a way to get your secrets or your story so that they could twist it and use it later. I don't know, it's just something weird that I don't like. So, beggar in the light attribute, because not everything is always negative. What's a positive side of being a beggar? It confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. It awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Being humble. So that's what I see with this damsel. It's like I just keep hearing someone get so mad. Like they just sit there and look pretty and everything just gets given to them. And, you know, just really hating on someone because of their looks or privilege, pretty privilege or something like that. But what they don't understand is that when it came to that energy of, that was just the worst advice I ever heard someone's mom tell them. You can't be pretty and smart. Why the fuck not? I don't get it. Anyways, it's like when we keep you in the fear energy, that's in the storms. And so that storm is going to solidify that heart again. It's going to put you in that consciousness of lack. These two really go together. And someone sees you or your energy as this, just sitting Alice in the looking mirror and like in this bright, happy castles in the sky type energy. Like, why is everything going so effortlessly for them? Why? It's because they're pretty and they're privileged and they're this. Well, that's not true, because the reason why you're in this positive, awesome energy is because you took your own spiritual authority. Let's read that beggar again. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. You already were from a lack place. You've been there. And so when it came to this deception or whatever, and someone really wanting you to be reliant and dependent on them, you're like, no, thank you. Like, I worked through this. And this I get is gossip and manipulation and strategy. And you've dealt with that in the past. And that's why you're so smart, because you had to work through that. You put yourself and your power into someone else's hands and you realized it wasn't the best advice for you. And so that's why you reached and you did that inner reflection with this mirror, and you built your connection with spirit. And by doing so, maybe there was a little bit of flighty, fancy, whatever, pie in the sky dreaming, because that's what I'm getting from that castle energy. But thinking of a higher thought that you deserve better took you out of this lack. It made you go and study these books and turn and face your cold heart. And then you were like, you know what? How did this turn cold? I read the negative attributes on these and I realized I can't blame everyone for all my problems. I gotta take accountability myself. And so you understood the nature of healthy romance, and it relied you to empower yourself. That no one's just gonna come, no white knight is going to come and save you. You're not waiting for that, and you're not going to be seduced by shiny things outside of yourself. You want that warm, open, loving heart. So, Spirit, is there any card that we really need to tap in on more? The Rescuer. I'm getting chills. Well, it says read the light and the dark. The Rescuer. And there's that heart. And this, look, there's water. It's calm. It's not this destructive inner turmoil that presents itself into the 3D. It's found a safe space and anchored it, brought it in, grounded it, supported it. Now you got Mother Nature, which the storm is Mother Nature, and you're Mother Nature. You are nature. Nature and nurture, I'm hearing. So let's go back. The Rescuer provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. And so I'm seeing those skills again about if I make you dependent on me, then I have the more knowledge. And the more knowledge I have, the more valuable I am, the more money I can make, and you are expendable. The shadow aspect of a rescuer assumes that all the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. And that's what we don't want. We don't want people to be dependent on us. And we do want to let everyone be able to have a look within themselves and deal with the shadow part. If you see someone in a problem and you know how to fix it, it's not always the best advice to go out there, right? Let's just take away this. She's telling him what to do, and he's just like, oh, let them go off on their own and do what they want to do. And if they crash and burn, let them pick up the pieces and rebuild, unless they come and ask you for advice. If someone comes to you, then that's great. But that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't want someone to be needy on you, especially myself as being a reader. I don't want people to keep coming to me over and over and over again with the same question. If we've done a reading, I'm hoping it helps empower you to go off on your own, build with your tools, and then come back just for fun and entertainment purposes. But every now and then you just need a check-in. That'll be great. But especially when it comes to like psychic, some people don't even want to do the inner work. They just want others to tell them, what's my future? What's my future? And I'm not that kind of reader. There are some kind of readers like that, and they keep you dependent on them. But that's just meaning you keep filling their pockets. And that money is also your energy and is also your empowerment as well. So, food for thought. There was one card that we missed. I knew there was one, and I'm looking and looking. I just keep throwing them around. I just do what I do. But this was the final one. And I'm seeing, ooh, there we go. I'll just let you see it first. But it's inner child. And it says, hear and know me. And that's almost it. It's like this inner child. I'm seeing this as Archangel Michael, or whatever spirit guide that you connect with. And that's that spirit connecting with you at a very, very young age. And so for someone to be like, I'm older, I've been here longer, I know more than you, but you have your connection to spirit, and spirit's guiding you exactly where you need to be. I don't feel like we really expose stuff, because like I said, I just kept feeling it coming and coming, and it's just like this oily whatever on the outside. But when you have knowledge or empowerment of what that energy is, because I keep seeing the collective being like, oh, gotta clean the windows again. And they're like, man, why do I keep messing up these windows? But it's not you. It's outside residual energy. And so by you maybe being aware, you can stop it. And maybe that's it. It's like maybe there's this moment that keeps doing that, where you just need to stand up for yourself, or say something, or choose a new direction, or I'm getting like you actually don't have to do anything. It's now that you have that knowledge, and when it's happening, you can be like, oh, and not get so, okay, so I kept seeing like maybe someone keeps giving advice that you don't want, or you keep picking up on this energy, and now that you're aware of it, and you're like, oh, it's because they want my energy, they want me to be dependent a bit on it. It's almost kind of funny. It's like, oh, like I'm not going to take it. It's not funny. It's never funny if someone wants you to be dependent on them, but it's almost like you don't take it as harsh as you were before, as angry, as just like, stop it, I'm my own individual type energy. And so this inner child, even if you're a grown-ass adult, you still have that inner child. And that inner child, children have been a spirit longer than they've been human form. They have that connection, and you have that within you. So maybe if you don't feel like you've gone to this point, and you are kind of in that beggar, and right, because you're in safety and survival mode, and empowering yourself. First thing is to know that white knight's not coming to save you. No one's coming to save you. You're going to save yourself, and you're going to stand up for yourself, because you know exactly what to do. So if someone's always telling you what to do, and you're always following their advice, and you're never thinking for yourself, that's a problem. Because at the end of the day, you do what they want, and they seem to be getting ahead, but where are you? And you're just tired, and you're doing, and you're running a hamster wheel. I keep seeing a hamster wheel. But there is a lot of Alice in Wonderland coming through in this because of the past connection. But we got Alice's Wonderland Oracle book. I still wish these were made into cards, but let's pick one. All right, so there it is. And it says, but as for me, myself, personally, I prefer the short out. And when I read that, I was like, short out? But let's read this one too. I insist on your freedom. So the short out brought me to inner child. That's that short one. That's that brand new novice, whatever it is. But that one is so connected. And so take time to play, because I keep seeing someone get really mad that you're just sitting there pretty and all you do is play and you don't take things seriously. But by doing that and having more play and doing all that stuff, is actually building your connection to source, grounding you more, bringing in more of that loving heart energy. And it's going to build up your pentacles. It's going to build up your relationships. It's going to guide you to the right moment. It's going to take you to new places to help build your knowledge. And you're just going to look beautiful doing it, because you're radiating joy. So you can be smart and beautiful. Worst advice I ever heard. So let's leave it there. I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.